Hey Laura, how you doing? You are so close. Um, listen, I'm not too worried about this because I know you're working really hard, and I've seen students doing exactly what you're doing, where they're just keep on working the logo, and your concept is down. So placing the logo is going to be the easy part. Right now, I think hammering this logo down to its final iteration is really super important right now. And I can see where you got here. I know we had those problems with the open bottom of the logo and the transparent, and you took care of those in a logical way. I will say, but I want you to think about something, and in order to get you to think about something, I want to show you something from next week. I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, and I want to show you something that I think might make a lot of sense to you. Now, remember I kept saying, okay, can we say this without saying this? Now, you said mountains. From last week, you had mountains, I believe. Boy, let me see here. That would be right. I just had it open. Okay, last week's, yes. Okay, so here's last week. Now last week you were saying mountains and sunrise, okay, and I kept saying, can you figure out a way to say mountains without saying mountains? And this is what you came back with. That's great, awesome, good job. All right, now can you say totem pole bird without saying totem pole bird? And let me show you an example of what I mean by that. And we'll jump into next week, and we'll jump into this final presentation, and let's go to okay, I think it's preview right here. Yeah, it is. And look at this, Santiago, Chile. I want you to take a look at this, because this is something that I think well, first of all, it's a fantastic presentation, but I want you to look at this page specifically, right? Oh gosh. Okay. Gosh, I'm sorry. I grabbed the wrong one. Let me go here. Sorry about that. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. Okay, now remember I was saying, can you say bird totem pole guy without saying bird totem pole guy? Well, over here, I would have said to this student, okay, here's the conversation with this student. Okay, can you say Lebanon flag, the tree and the Lebanese flag, without saying the tree and the Lebanese flag? And that student comes back with this symbol. Okay, and we can clearly see that the intent is to represent the tree. Okay, so that's kind of where I want you to go. I want you to start thinking about, how can you represent the mountain? You got the mountains. How can you represent the bird? And or if you want to rework the logo, thinking about it, just thinking about that. How can I say this without actually drawing a picture of it? And I know it's tough for you. It's tough because Anchorage and that the Native American and the Alaskan indigenous peoples of Alaska, and this being one of the symbols, but it's just so dated and it's just so literal that it's bulky and black and big and heavy, and it's too weighty. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, it's the first thing you see when you look at all of these images, because it's like blah. Do you see what I'm saying? So hopefully, just keep working it, Laura. Keep working. If you want to send me something, send me something. I'll be glad to look at it. But I don't think this is working. Okay, and I'm sorry if I'm frustrating you. I really am. I've watched your work. I've watched it develop. I've watched it grow, and I just don't want to leave it at this. I don't think it's going to do your portfolio justice. Okay, and boy, that was a long sentence. So anyway, and then now let's jump to the tickets. I think these are really, really well designed. One of the things in this international type of event, where there's multilingual and multicultural barriers, clarity has got to be paramount. And I think this is really good right here. The one thing I wouldn't mind seeing is continuing these kind of patterns throughout the ticket, very lightly. You may even have to screen them back from your the backgrounds of your pictograms just to get some, so this looks really stark through the ticket, just to get some kind of patterns going through the ticket to continue that kind of pattern concept right there. Okay, and to tie the tickets together with these patterns here and some of these other patterns that you're using. And I'm wondering why this is screened back, but this green here is so dark. Okay, so, all right. So anyways, that's where I'm at. If you have any questions, please feel free to get with me. Okay. And like I said, if you need help, I don't mind. If you want to shoot something to me and get a quick critique before we hit the road running next week, then do it. Okay. And then be sure to watch Sunday night's announcement, because I'll be introducing next week where we'll go through a couple of different things. Okay. Awesome job. Thank you.